I literally don't think that people who aren't single mothers.
Let me tell y'all about the first time I wanted to call my mama a bitch. All right, so she bought me this journal, right? I was in the fourth grade. She told me to keep all my private thoughts in there, blah, blah, blah. It had a key with a lock. She gave me the lock and the key. It was fine. So, I'm secure. I go to school one day. I come home, and my journal, which is normally under my bed, is sitting on top of my mattress, and it's unlocked. Because this heifer didn't tell me that the journal came with two keys. But that's not why we're here. We're here because I'm getting bitched at about what I'm writing in my journal. I'm not cursing people out. I'm not being demonic. I'm not being a weirdo. I'm talking about my crush who lives down the street. She was a couple years older than me. I want to say her name was Tiffany. I remember what she looked like, but I think her name was Tiffany. She was dark skinned, and to me, she was the finest thing ever. Like, I still remember to this day the way my little self was feeling about Tiffany, right? So, my mama is cursing me out. Not about the disgusting things I'm writing in my journal about what I want to do to Tiffany dark skinned ass. She's cursing me out because she doesn't think Tiffany is cute enough to be my crush. My mama was coming for my taste in women. And I'm like, bitch, my crush got more body than you. I didn't appreciate that shit at all. You think because you light-skinned with a nice smile that you just thang out here, bitch? My mom was the first colorist that I ever knew, G. All she kept talking about was how I kept crushing on this little black-ass girl. I thought she was fine as fuck. So that was the first time I ever wanted to call my mama a bitch. Not because she invaded my privacy. Not because she deceived me. It's because she was coming for my taste in women. And it's like, bitch, you ain't even all that. You flat as the Holy Bible out here. Are you talking about my crush? Now, that being said, to this day, I have an affinity for dark women. Now, all throughout school, black women was never checking for me. As a matter of fact, if you knew me in high school, you would assume I just love me some white folks because the black people rejected me. I was who I was. I was a wrestler. I wore tight clothes. This is '06. I speak like this. I'm not a, know what I'm saying ass. I speak Ebonics, but I'm not a fake thug or nothing by no means. You know what I'm saying? I don't pretend to be nothing. So a lot of black women in high school weren't really checking for me. Lots of black people didn't really fuck with me in general in high school. But I was confident enough not to give a fuck. Ironically enough, whenever I would hang around my white acquaintances, every once in a while, they would just be like, yo, Jamal, you are so black. And I'd be like, yeah. What they meant was, you wearing these polo shirts, and the black people don't rock with you. So we assume you an Uncle Tom ass nigga. But then the more we get to know you, we just like, oh nigga, you're black. And it wasn't like they were turned off. They were just so surprised by my blackness. To this day, people are so surprised by my blackness when it seeps through my pores. I don't, like, both my parents is black. I'm just bright. I just look like this. Dating life. I've exclusively dated black women since, I don't know, for the past like 9-10 years. One of the bros told me, that's why I'm still single. He says, you single because you don't expand your horizons, my brother. Nobody's telling you to leave the sisters alone. But to only date them is doing yourself a disservice. Especially when you speak all this goddamn Spanish, my nigga. And I don't want to say that he has a point, but I will say black women don't treat me right. From my mother, my sister, aunties, my cousins, they don't love me the way they love other black men. I think I'm going to keep fighting this good fight. But I also have to think, do I only date black women because I was so rejected by them as a kid? Do I only date black women to validate my blackness to myself? I don't think so. I think I only date black women because I want a black ass household. I should not be open to a Puerto Rican or a Dominican. And mind you, this is someone who loves y'all dearly. Been crushing on y'all from the beginning and never had a visceral reaction to not being chosen by y'all like a lot of these Uncle Tom ass niggas do. But I'm 36 with a good heart and I only date black women And I always got to break up with them because they treat me like shit. And I'm like, man, I only got to get it right once. But damn, y'all. I'm not saying I'm ready to throw in the towel on y'all, but I'm really tired. I'm dog tired. I'm gonna keep fighting the fight. I'll probably go to the... I was gonna say the name of the club I was gonna go to this weekend, but they ain't paying me for that. All I'm saying is, ladies, I'm not gonna tell you to do better, because I don't know your life. I'm not even here to talk about black women. This is my experience. All I'm saying is, I'm seriously considering letting these other races slide on me. I'm seriously considering not ignoring them. Because I always ignore them for y'all. Because I love you. But just like my family, it honestly seems like y'all don't love me back.